welcome back to Declan's Trains. Today we have a walkthrough of all of my HO scale locomotives. And looks pretty good. And let's start. First we have a Baltimore and Ohio 040. First we have a Baltimore and Ohio 040 tank switcher locomotive. This looks pretty decent. I got this from my grandparents who gave me my HO scale layout. That's just my mom talking, if you don't know. I like the nice red cab feature, 143, I call it the love locomotive because of the number 143. And this red light on the back, whenever I run it, this red light actually lights up. And same with the light on the front. The pistons really puff, and the drive things really move back and forth. The ladders in a ton of detail. You know what the sad thing about it is? That there's no people in the cab. I'm surprised I could fit a motor in this thing. Next, we have a Union Pacific E2A. This is one of my least favorites, but this is one of my favorites, and I'll show you. I'll show you what's funny about this thing. This is an E2A for the Union Pacific, owned by the Union Pacific line. I'll show you the funny thing about this one. Yeah, this thing has some extreme speed in here. The funny thing is, this thing has some extreme speed in it. It has a very bright light, and it has cooling fans up there. It still has the horn, and it's in the old paint scheme. It's in the older paint scheme. There's some detail on the top. There are no people in the cab. The light actually lights up and it's really bright. Union Pacific 238. And pretty cool. There's even a door on the back. Next, we have my Norfolk Southern C40-8W. I need to zoom the camera out a little bit because this locomotive is a little bit longer. Again, if you don't remember, it is a Norfolk Southern C40-8W. Cool thing about this engine is that the fuel tank can actually come off. You actually see like the battery pack or the motor, or the smaller motor or something down there. I need to put this one goes on this other side. I don't know which one goes on which side. And I need to I'm putting these back on. It says Norfolk Southern 8300. There's also, here's something unique about the last two. Two things. The number boards actually light up. And same with the back. And then lights actually change direction. And also, if we zoom the camera in, You can see that there's people in the cab. Right there. Very, very cool locomotive. Next we have a Union Pacific GP9 or GP7 thing. It has Union Pacific. One of the horns came off. There are no people in the cab. It's very it's heavier than my other Union Pacific. It's heavier than most of my other locomotives, and very cool locomotive. Next, we have a smaller yard switcher type locomotive. It is a smaller yard switcher. I'm surprised they could fit a motor in this thing. Very, very unique. Next, we have another 040 tank switcher. It's just a black one, number 6630. There are no people in the cab again. Very, very, very cool. Doesn't run as well. It has some problems. Next, we have a bigger locomotive again. This is a Conrail SD45 locomotive. It has this top actually comes off, and it runs very well and kind of fast as well. Next is my Chesapeake and Ohio locomotive. It doesn't work anymore because I ripped up the system, and the horn is right here, strangely. Even when it goes backward, the front light still lights up. It's very, very unique. One of my least favorites. Next, we go from one of my least favorites to one of my favorites. This is a Amtrak P40 DC locomotive. It's number 824, and I got this for Christmas. It's very cool. Next, we move back to one of the more shaky ones. This is a street trolley car. When the thing actually moves, this thing and the things in the windows actually light up. The motor is out of place, so it doesn't work anymore. Next, we have another locomotive with a little problems. This is a Virginian. I don't know the type, probably like an SD45 or something, or SD40B, probably an SD45A or something. I don't know. It's Virginian. There are cooling vents, and very, very cool. Next, we have my longest locomotive. It is a Pennsylvania Railroad GG1 locomotive. Very, very long. It also has some problems too. I think because of its size. Next we have a Santa Fe E7 and F7 because it has those trucks. Next, we're getting to the end. This is a Conrail switcher locomotive. I don't know the type. Probably like a 40-ton. It's number 79. Well, this has some problems too. It doesn't even go. Next, on to the last two. This is the classic, the NSF 3001. Got this from a classic set, which is really cool. I don't have that many classic sets. Last, we have last but totally not least, we have my Norfolk Southern 4271. It's very cool. It has DCC sound, and that's cool. So this video is, I think, way too long, and so thanks for watching, and bye for now.